what's something that like straight people misunderstand about like the gay dating world?
I guess I couldn't say. For
Okay.
sure. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what y'all think.
Is it more like hookup culture
I
compared
would
to like
say,
meaningful?
I really do
relationships?
think it's just too easy to go
Okay.
find a hookup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whether it's the apps or just going out to the bars, it's pretty easy as a gay person to go.
So you're saying
Just find
guys
something for
guys
the
are
night.
easier than girls? Is that what you're trying to
Well,
say?
yeah.
Okay, we're rolling here. We're rolling.
Cool.
Anyway, Don, we got Don down in the house right now. First of all, thank you for coming on. Please like and subscribe. Appreciate you. That would help us out. Don down. Age?
I'm 38.
38. Well, I mean, you say it in a bad way, or no?
Oh, yeah, approaching 40 is scary.
Is it scary?
I don't know. No. You're just not a young buck anymore, I suppose.
Yeah. You feel good about it, or Let's move to the next question.
Yeah.
What? Okay, and so for those who don't know, Don, gay.
Yeah.
Gay.
Yeah.
What? Gay.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
I get that reaction every now and then. Yeah.
No, it's Buddy I work with, and so we're glad to have you on. But I do want to see, because like we always get the straight answer of like what the dating scene looks like here. What does the gay dating scene look like here?
It's kind of notoriously bad.
It's always bad. Everything's bad.
Okay. For straights too. Yeah.
Yeah, for straights too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's because it's such like a transient. Is that the word? City.
Yeah, okay.
Like people are coming and going. Nobody plans on staying here that long. They're like trying to find themselves in the mountains or this and that.
Yeah.
I feel. I don't know. Not everybody, but you get a lot of that. I think.
Yeah. How long have you been here?
3 years. So I'm part of the problem.
So you are. Yeah. I think everybody's part of the problem when it comes on here. Maybe
Not me. No.
Yeah, not Isaac over there. Just kidding. Even the host, not really. But okay, so I did want to say, like, so what is like what's something that like straight people misunderstand about like the gay dating world? Is there anything that comes to mind or might be shocking for people to learn if they're just in their straight world?
I guess I couldn't say. For
Okay.
sure. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what y'all think.
Is it more like hookup culture
I
compared
would
to like
say,
meaningful?
I really do
relationships?
think it's just too easy to go
Okay.
find a hookup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whether it's the apps or just going out to the bars, it's pretty easy as a gay person to go.
So you're saying
Just find
guys
something for
guys
the
are
night.
easier than girls? Is that what you're trying to
Well,
say?
yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, can I ask like when did you come out?
I came out pretty young. I think I was 16 or 17 when I started telling my first friends. I was like sophomore in high school. Started telling some friends. Most of them were like, okay, we kind of figured something was up. You know what I mean? And then the family, like between a year or two after that. And,
Okay.
yeah, so
How'd they
pretty young.
react?
Everyone was really cool. You know, nothing too bad. No horror stories about coming out. I know that can be really tough for a lot of people. I think like the worst of it was like when I told my dad. He seemed all cool about it, like that night, because I'm gonna get like personal. Like my dad actually approached me, which he never did, and was like, "You've been a little bitch lately," something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I remember it was like at night. I was going to bed, and he finally asked me something. He sat down on my bed. I was like crying, and I told him, and I was like, thank you. He was really cool. I got the whole "I love you no matter what," all that, very supportive. But I was like, just don't tell mom. I want to tell her on my own time. He said, fine. Then like the next day, he's like, you have to tell your mom. I don't know how to deal with this by myself. I'm like, come on, man. I asked one thing from you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that really was the worst of it. My friends and family were all super supportive.
Okay.
My mom was like, I just know you want to have like a family and kids and stuff. I'm like, I could still do that,
Yeah.
But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad for me. I was pretty lucky. Still friends with all those same friends I came out to.
Okay, nice.
So,
and where'd you grow up?
Grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, like right next to O'Hare. Lived there till my early 20s and then moved into the city.
Yeah. And so did you always know? Was it?
I guess sort of, yeah. Like it was, it's confusing when you're a kid. I think for everybody probably. Yeah. And then just the older I got, the more sure, I guess it felt. I don't know. It seemed easier. It
Yeah.
seemed more like a gut instinct to be attracted to a guy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I was attracted to girls, and I guess I still am a bit, but like, yeah, there's just more of a, yeah, in my gut, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to.
Okay. And then, so like, if there's like, you can appreciate like a very beautiful a gal, you know.
Sure.
Yeah,
And
okay.
like, I get plenty of straight dudes like, oh, you have a beautiful beard, man. You're a really good looking guy. And so
Yeah.
I like imagine it's probably just
Yeah,
about
me
the same
saying
thing.
that
Yeah,
at
yeah,
work,
no,
yeah.
I've never said that. I don't know. That's not on record.
That's so okay, another question, because I've heard this before. What are your thoughts on like gay guys that only want to turn straight guys, and that's how they get off?
And so like, okay, that's another thing. That's a funny question. That made me nervous all the time because like I've never not tried. I mean, I came out really young. I was never not trying to come off as gay. Like, and at this point, I love the man that I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm proud to be a gay dude, but I have my mannerisms. I talk the way I talk.
Yeah.
Most people just don't pick up until I'm like, "What's up, bro?" You know what I mean? Like, I got off track. Where are we going?
Yeah, no, it was you know, gays that are trying to turn straight guys.
Oh,
I've
right.
Heard, I've
so
heard that too.
I'd met
But like,
guys that
that's
were
all
like,
they like to do, you know?
right? You know,
some,
well, and that's a little,
okay.
that's
another
a little
story.
extra weird, I think. But I also get it. Like, who doesn't? I know straight dudes who want to turn a lesbian. You know what I mean? Like, we all want what we can't have,
right?
And I get that, but I also just never wanted somebody to think I was like sneaking up on them or like trying to catch them off guard. So it was kind of more of a worry for me.
Okay.
So I don't know. That was always kind of weird. I just didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
So like I always kind of reel it back on that stuff, but I am always almost always attracted to the straight dudes. Turn. I've hooked up with some straight dudes.
Okay.
Well, so they describe themselves as straight.
Yeah.
Must be bi or I don't know. Everybody experiments too. So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I've had some straight hookups.
Better experience than just you know, an out gay guy, or like a fun experience with when they say they're straight and you know, trying to experiment a little bit.
I mean, you always remember your victories, right? So like, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I got anything great out of it other than the hookup, but I was like, fuck yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's another question I wanted to ask, because I didn't know you were gay for like 2 months and stuff. I mean,
but I never hit it, did I?
No. Not like you're trying to hide it, but I mean, do you feel like any like pressure to perform or present a certain way, or?
No, not really. No. I get a lot of people do. I really do. And I guess it's around the company too. Like if I'm around gay dudes, I'm gonna act gayer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just the way it is. I think
Isaac, when he's around black dudes, has a different voice.
Well, honestly though, me too. And I got shit for that because I was in culinary school, and almost everyone I was in school with was black in Chicago. Yeah. And somebody pointed at me and they're like, "You don't talk like this normally." I'm like, "Well, I don't know." Like,
you're trying to meet them.
I'm not gonna be like, "Hello, how are you today?" Like, something so dumb.
Yeah. Okay. And so, are you an anomaly there? You're a tall, masculine guy. I mean, is it handsome?
I don't know.
Not saying that there's not.
Yeah, it takes all kinds. No, I don't know. I'm pretty. I don't think I'm shy.
Okay.
I guess I'm just like I said, I don't ever want to bother anyone. So like, I'm hard.
Got to beat them away with a stick.
Yeah. Once I actually approach someone, I realize how like nervous and stupid I'm being. But No.
Do you approach guys or do they approach you?
After some drinks, I'm happy to approach someone. But like sober, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you're a bartender, so like I mean, I feel like you have to. I mean, you already got the gift of gab down, you know.
Right.
So
yeah.
I also want to ask, do old guys hit on you?
Oh yeah, I think, and that's always been a funny thing, especially when I was younger. I would get people call me daddy all the time. I'm like, all right, like I'm only like 28. Yeah, I think people kind of assume by the way I look, I'm into older guys. I'm into like the leather scene and that kind of stuff, like all that. But I'm like, I'm not that picky. I'm not that like honed in on one kind of person, one kind of experience. But yeah, I do feel like I always got more attention from older guys than younger guys.
Okay.
Which was just a little frustrating because I always wanted someone like dating wise my age. Like I thought that would be cool, just give or take a few years. But that always seemed like the hardest. People my age just didn't seem as interested in me. They were usually into older.
Okay.
And then the older guys were into me, yeah. And the younger is only starting to become a thing because I was the young guy for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but the older guys usually have money, right? They could take you,
which
on
is,
some
you know,
fun,
that's
fun trips. Like that,
I know. It's so tempting to just like put aside the fact that you don't like someone to have some fun. Which, you know, I've accepted some dinners and like not with like the most awful people in the world or anything, but you know,
some
like,
attraction,
you know,
right?
And it just, but that was always like a little bit of a head trip too. I'm like, I really like what hanging out with this person brings me, but I know I'm not like gonna put a ring on it or anything. And so I don't know.
So like, you essentially get the best of both worlds because you get to hang out with the guys all the time and the bros, and then you get to be kind of like the woman in the aspect too. Like if older guys buying you shit and all that, you know, that's
I'll take it. Yeah,
I usually
it's
a cheat code, dude. We might have to figure out something. Oh man.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah, let's go.
So I like to let it, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hope I'm not too nervous.
So I'm assuming you get hit on by a good amount of ladies, assuming you're straight. Do you
think so?
Yeah, he's not straight. We've been talking. He's not.
Yes, but they would.
Oh, they're assuming.
Buddy.
I thought you were assuming.
No, the ladies are assuming. Do you ever entertain the conversation or you tell them right away?
Pretty rarely, to be honest. Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun, I feel like.
Well, I'm surprised myself when I'm like, oh, I'll entertain this. You know what I mean? And it's even better if they know and are hitting on me. You know what I mean? Like that it doesn't bother them. I'm like, oh, she's a cool chick. Like, awesome. Like, we could go from here. But like when it's at the bar and like they're just trying to get shots out, that's kind of what I assume all the time too. Yeah. Like, oh, they just want something out of me. No, I should.
When's the last time you really entertained it?
Well, how far are we saying with really?
Like
just at the bar, all the way.
Yeah.
Just before leaving Chicago, so probably about like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, a coworker and I, 2 coworkers, both ladies, came over. And we were drinking, being stupid. And then one of them just left my apartment and I was with the other one. I was like, let's go.
Okay. Nice.
I was like, don't get this opportunity too often.
Might as well try, huh? And then you woke up the next day and you're like, still in the dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hey, you mind if we do a little segment brought to you by our sponsor?
Let's go.
Okay. Just going to roll the sponsor. All right, this segment is called Top, Bottom, or Block.
Oh, Lord.
Just going to give out a couple, well-known people.
Oh, okay.
And just let me know if top, bottom, or block.
Like block on the app?
Yeah, like block them. Like that's a no-go.
Wait, so is the top, bottom, am I assuming what they are or saying what I would do for them?
What you would do for them.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
go that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Brad Pitt.
You top him for sure.
You top
him. Yeah, for sure. Of course.
Hell yeah. Okay, Henry Cavill, though.
Oh, he's gorgeous. I'd definitely top him, but like I might have to let him knock on the back door.
I want to be honest. I don't know what that is. What is a top or a bottom?
Okay.
You go ahead.
The top. Can I curse?
Is it?
Yeah, you can curse.
Is it top fucks the other dude? Get fucked.
So it's like versatile. Giver or receiver.
Yeah.
Is it always
pitcher catcher? Yeah.
Is it always that way? Like, if you're a topper, you're usually top.
So that's one thing I think is a little more lax than maybe straight people think. I think there's a lot of versatility. There's a lot of people who like change their tune halfway through life, kind of thing. Like, yeah, it's just as fluid as anything in sexuality. You know what I mean? It comes, it goes, it changes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was almost always pretty strictly top. Pretty much am still. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'll dabble.
Okay. Gary Oldman.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, sorry. He's an actor.
That is.
Yeah. Okay. I think
should I Google?
I think he just
I know the
Commissioner
name.
Gordon in Batman.
Oh, yeah.
I think he also
that was
played
one
a lot
of Tim Burton ones, right?
And no, that was Christopher Nolan. Anyway.
Then no, definitely not.
All right. Dua Lipa.
Blocked. She crazy.
Blocked. Isaac.
Come on. Why are you doing this to me? Seriously?
You can block me. I won't get offended.
Earmuffs. I top it.
You're top, buddy. Neil Patrick Harris.
Blocked.
Blocked, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Not
too
here.
skinny.
Too skinny.
For me.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. And we'll get into like kind of what you're looking for now. But that's the end of the segment. Fun little, quick little segment. We'll do that.
Thank you, sponsors.
And you worked at a gay bar.
Oh yeah, all through my 20s, early 30s in Chicago. 23, I started this Martini Lounge. Didn't love it. And then right down the block, they kind of stole me at Sidetrack, which is Chicago's and kind of the country's biggest gay bar.
Okay.
Other than the one in LA. But yeah, it was great. Did Sidetrack for 5 years. Hung around Chicago after that and did another couple gay bars. So yeah, almost for fucking 12 years straight, I was working gay bars in Chicago.
Okay.
And then when I moved out here, just for like, in my 20s, especially when I was really getting to know myself, my sexuality, and which I guess late stage, but it kind of blew a little bit just to be teased all the time. Like it's hard enough as a gay dude, but to have this massive bar full of gay guys and they flirt with you all day.
Yeah.
But then by 2 a.m., they're
You're
already
like,
wasted, flirting with other people, getting out with other people.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't get laid, I sure did, but it was something I kind of wanted to change when I moved out here, to have a little more anonymity. Not like I wanted to like hide myself, but I was like, I just want my gay life to be my gay life rather than work.
Okay.
And so moved out here and ended up at X Bar after 2 or 3 months because the first couple jobs I had really weren't bringing me any cash, needed more cash, and I knew I could make it at a gay bar.
Yeah.
So I did X Bar, but I only did it for a year, which was because, I just didn't want to keep doing it. And, great bar and stuff, but really was not my vibe.
Okay. I mean, like if you're gay behind the bar, do you get more tips? And like, do they allow straight guys to work
Oh,
there?
yeah, they allow it for sure.
Okay.
But I doubt I got any more or less for that reason.
Okay. Any crazy stories from the bar life or anything that you could tell?
I'm so bad at stories, but it's all just been crazy. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
We just have too much fun. Yeah. You see people at their messiest,
mm-hmm.
and then you come in on your day off, and then you're one of those messiest people.
Yep.
So it's like, I don't know. It was just a lot of nonsense.
Yeah. Okay. You once told me a story about where you worked at a tanning salon.
Oh yeah.
Could you elaborate on that story a little bit?
What do you want to know?
Oh, just tell me what you know.
Okay. So that must have been like my mid. Oh my God. Do you want me to tell the story?
Well, you just told me that there's a lot of people that come in. I don't know if there's more to it that you're trying to.
So I worked there because I was mid-20s. I was working 3 jobs at that time. I was working UPS as a loader, a stock room at a store, and at the tanning salon. So I was like burnt out. I was so tired all the time. I was taking caffeine pills.
Yeah.
It's like, never mind.
Caffeine pills.
Legit though. I felt like that Saved by the Bell episode.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
It's really, she like, that was their drug episode. She was on caffeine pills.
Oh, caffeine pills.
Yeah. And I don't know. So that's what it felt like. But, the tanning salon was cool. I don't know.
What do you
It wasn't cool.
Whatever you're comfortable
with.
with.
There was, good looking dudes now and then would come in. It was a very easy job. You check people in, they leave, you go wipe down the beds and
but you say sometimes they would eat, like sometimes
dudes would jerk off in the booths all the time.
Is this like at every tanning salon?
I don't know.
Just that one.
Just for sure that one at least.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like every person would do it, but you could tell when you're wiping down the bed, that's not sweat. Or like you pick up the rag and it's like, that's all gummy. So, I mean, for the most part, pretty gross. But every now and then, like, that dude was hot. So I'll let it fly.
I'll let it fly this time.
Yeah, this time. Don't do it again. Without me.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. I wonder if that is like probably a lot of tanning salons. Dude. God, now next time I go tanning.
Have you ever?
I jerked off in the tanning bed?
Mm-hmm. Just give it a shot.
Next time? No, I have not. I've never even thought about it, really.
Really?
Have I thought about it? Like beating off?
In the moment.
Why?
You're all heated up, naked, right? Isn't that just where that mind goes? I don't know.
I mean, maybe I'll give it a try. No, not really. I can't do that. I mean,
Bring your own towel.
next question.
Yep.
Oh man. God, it's fucking hot.
Wait, how
here.
sexual? It actually is. How like sexual do people get during your pot? Like,
They get. I mean,
pretty detailed.
just depending on who they are.
Sure.
Like who they are. I mean, if that's or if the conversation goes that way, then it is. So like, don't feel like it's.
Yeah,
it's not-
as much as you're comfortable
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't want to make anyone else
You got another
uncomfortable.
story?
I'm good.
Yeah, we've had some pretty wild stories on
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we take another shot?
I did want to see, is there any like, red flags that you stay away from or that like you like to not even stay away from, like ignore when you,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
like, that's not going to be good, but you ignore it anyway.
You can edit this if this is like racist. But
Okay.
one of the first dudes I ever hooked up with, and of course, this was like, I was 17 or something.
Yeah.
So really young. And I had to do it, online. You meet, God, when the internet was pretty much new. And I met a dude from a few towns over. And like we hung out a few times. And this was before I was out to my parents, but I was out to my friends. I had this huge backyard. I would always have friends over. We would do bonfires and shit. And I invited him to one. And dude was just crazy. I'm like, all right, so this is why I'm worried. Like,
Okay, well,
he was
we can edit it out. Okay.
He was Latino, and
Okay.
like he was just like proud Latino, and like talked about he's got the fuego. He's like, he was crazy. He was crazy.
Yeah.
And like when I said I didn't want to hang out, he was like, I'm gonna call your parents. I'm gonna out you. I'm gonna like. And so I had to like preface to my mom, like, oh, this dude I go to school with is like really crazy. He said he's gonna start telling everybody I'm gay. So if he calls the house, which he threatened to do,
Yeah.
he's full of shit. Yeah.
Ugh.
Which, because, before you get to do it yourself and some crazy person wants to fucking wreck your life at 16 years old, I'm like, so that kind of ruined Latinos for me. Which I hate to say, but yeah, they just got that passion.
I don't think we'll leave it up to the chat to see if that's probably fine.
I think
It's all preference.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing, and it's not even like a hard set rule.
Yeah.
But like it's deeply ingrained in there. I'm like, if I go for a Latin dude, he's gonna go crazy on me.
Yeah, you called it the fuego.
The fuego, yeah, the fire.
Okay. Well, let's go into like what kind of type are you looking for now? Like, do you have a type every time? Or is it different?
I don't know that I necessarily have a specific type, especially looks wise. Really am into like all races. Like
Sure.
it's more like I definitely like more attitude wise, like my boys. I want. It doesn't have to be this way, but like I would love a dude that I could just bring around.
Yeah, the fellas.
Yeah,
Okay,
and like
okay.
joke around the same,
Yeah.
and I don't know, just it'd feel easy.
Do you find like some people are a little more sensitive to certain things?
I just don't think they enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like I want to be with somebody who doesn't want to go to gay bars every weekend. You know what I mean? Like I get it. If that's your thing, go for it. Like more power to you. I feel lucky that like I kind of really, so to speak, got it out of my system, but it's just not my thing. I mean, like for as much as a proud gay man that I am, like my sexuality just isn't what I think about 24/7 kind of thing. Like I don't want to be pigeonholed into like one kind of bar for anything. Yeah. And I don't even want to go to bars all the time. I'm a pretty like homebody kind of person.
Okay.
Like I love to cook, love to have dinner parties, game nights, that kind of shit. So somebody who's like, I don't want like a rager. Somebody who's like, oh, we got to go out. We got to meet people, this or that.
Is that like more of a, I guess I didn't even know how to put it, but like we're around bartenders all the time, you know, and bartender speak is like, nobody's really getting, feeling, you can't, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you don't feel, help.
Present. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know.
Like, it's like the easiest word too, and it's not coming to me. But like, nobody is getting, where they get their feelings hurt or anything about whatever people are saying, and stuff. So like, no, God, what's the fucking word of it?
Self-conscious?
No, it's like next. Offended. It was fucking offended. Like people.
I
like,
already forgot the question.
Yeah, okay, but like I mean, and easily like offended because like I feel like the jokes that you throw around or anything like that. Like, do you need somebody that's got a little bit thicker skin?
Thick skin, hardcore, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because you think I've got thick skin, right? Like,
well, I mean, just the jokes you tell me or the shit you say, I'm like, oh,
pretty awful. But I am like, still, I would consider myself a little sensitive boy, for sure, all the time,
yeah. But like the certain words or anything like that, like
no. So that's the kind of stuff I'm like, if you can't brush that off, you know what I mean?
Or it's like even different topics of jokes or anything like that. I feel like it's not that we're saying or people aren't saying anything towards you, but it's just like, you know, I feel like you're pretty cool with whatever is being,
And I mean, that's like just personally, I've always been such a comedy guy.
Okay.
Like, I love
that's
comedy.
Where that comes
like
from.
that's one of my big just passions. Like I love comedians, stand up, SNL, improv, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I did really learn like you just cannot take shit personally. Yeah. Especially because I was so sensitive growing up that I'm like, brush it off. Like for real. Like, and even what does it matter if somebody fuck them, you know, like fuck people who aren't cool with you. And like I said, I'm still so tight with all the girls and guys I grew up with. And we just rip on each other on like a daily basis. Right. But we also are super affectionate and like we've been friends for
and you know it's not coming from a place of like hate, like if something anything like that. So like you trust them, you know they love you and all that stuff. So
and you see me and Jake at work, like how we joke. It's so good. Like if you have someone who can rip on you that often, that's real love.
Yeah. Okay, that's true. And then so are you looking for like a fling? Are you looking for maybe a little something deeper? Are you looking for a partner?
I could use a fling. Okay. To be honest. But no, I've kind of settled down in that aspect quite a bit, pretty substantially. I don't know if that's something to do with Denver. Like I feel like Chicago, so many more people. Yeah. And the bars are in neighborhoods where it's like you can bar hop like crazy. So if you're going out for the night, like you can bounce around. That's so hard in Denver. All the bars are super spread out. Yeah. And your selection is pretty limited. Yeah. So I don't know if it's more of because of the location that I've toned it down. But I mean, I kind of got bored with it too. Like just it'd be nice to you know, get the butterflies in my stomach for someone again. You know what I mean? And like, that's cool. It's been a while. Okay. And just to feel like somebody's crushing on me even, you know, like I miss that shit. Yeah. But I just don't feel like I get that at the bars out here. It's usually just who everybody's like scoping around looking for what they can get. And,
Yeah. Would you ever see a closeted guy?
Honestly, that's like kind of unappealing. It's not like a deal breaker. Everyone's got their reasons for that too. But I don't want to ever have to worry about it again. You know what I mean? That like, I would be like, like, can you really not get past this? Yeah. Everyone has to do it on their own time. There's no easy way to do that. But that would be rough, I would think. Especially like family wise. Yeah. Because I'm so tight with my family. Like dating. It'd be nice to be able to like meet the family of whoever I'm dating and all that and enjoy that.
Yeah, just to add a layer of, you know, fun and like, you know, people and all that stuff too. What like values you look for in somebody?
It's an interesting question.
Or personality.
Sure.
Or
like, like somebody who's a little more. If they have their own passion, that's awesome. I really like that because I've always been a little bit of a flake when it comes to that thing of if I like something too much, I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. Yeah. But I like when people really have something that they're good at or like just care about at least. Okay. At least active. Like I like somebody who's going to get me going because I'm also like a yes man. Like I'm not so much the planner, but I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go. Like if somebody's like, Don, you want to go for a bike ride? Yeah, let's go. You want to go camping? Yeah, let's go. But I'll never be like, should we go camping? I guess that's not entirely true, but just, you know, I'd like someone to push me more in that aspect. I guess religion kind of scares me. Religion and politics, everyone should believe what they want to believe, but somebody's too religious. Yeah. That kind of creeps me out.
Where they're hating on who they are because of their religion?
Or on anyone else, really. Christianity just scares me. I think that's a pretty common theme around gays. Yeah. Yeah, just like.
Have you met a lot of Christian gays?
A few.
Okay,
And they're
what is
usually
it
just
like?
like, oh, I believe in God, but I'm
Yeah.
not like super practicing usually.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is cool. I get that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But if someone was like, I'm a devout Christian, I'm like, I don't think I can do
yeah,
that.
and trying to get you to go to church every Sunday.
Absolutely not. I won't go with my family. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go a little past experience here.
Okay.
Okay. So, long-term relationships, ever been engaged, or just a
No.
couple short-term relationships? What do you think?
Yeah, just a couple short term. I don't know if this is because I always kind of talk myself out of stuff. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna like marry the person or this that. I've always been kind of curious how people do it. To be honest with you, like how.
Why is that? Because you think like there's
I don't
the
know
grass
if
is
people
always
settle
greener,
a lot.
or you don't want to settle.
No,
You don't
not
wanna-
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And it's like if I know it's not like something I want for the rest of my life. I need like practice in a relation. I don't know. You know what I mean? But
maybe you just haven't met the person.
yeah, and it's not like I'm like, we're not working out, we can never talk again. But yeah, if I don't want to marry you, or if it doesn't even seem like a prospect, I'm like, hang out. But yeah, I had one ex that lasted about, it was like 2 years. We broke up. How did that go? Yeah, we broke up. Got back together just a little bit before he moved, and then that kind of put the nail in the coffin.
Okay, because I guess what is the? Do you want to be with somebody for forever?
I do, but I am like so comfortable with myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I don't mind being alone a lot of the time, and that's like what I guess I've always pondered. I'm like, do people get into the relationships out of fear of being alone? Because I don't want to fear being alone.
Yeah.
I want to like myself enough to like not mind being alone.
Get into relationships and then you feel like it's more of a hindrance than a help, like with a partner around sometimes, like after a certain amount of time?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And especially because that one relationship that it probably would have lasted had he not moved, honestly. And it was really just bad timing. And at that age and time in my life, I really didn't know what would have justified getting back in touch with him. Wait, repeat the question. Sorry.
Like after a certain allotted amount of time, you're like, maybe I would be better off alone.
Yeah.
Then now it's just more work.
Yeah. And so that guy that I was dating, like it felt so easy, so comfortable, so natural, so like enjoyable. Sex was awesome. Like, yeah, we just had some differences that were road bumps. And then unfortunately, when he moved, it's like, I didn't know how to deal with him being in Atlanta when I was in Chicago. And I'm like,
did you feel a little like, cause you didn't know what he was doing or?
Well, no, just because it was like rough when he was getting ready to move. And I'm like, how do you fix something long distance? Yeah. We both got a lot going on in our lives.
Easier to.
Yeah, for me at that point in time. And then like enough time passed where I'm like, I don't even want to hit him up because I'm not trying to disrupt anything. I'm like, I don't even know where he lives now. And like, why stir it up now?
Right. Okay.
But yeah, knowing that I had met someone and enjoyed it that much and really felt that love, like I know it's out there still, so I don't like settling. Like if I don't feel that way, and I know like you can like work towards it. You're not always going to feel that way with someone when you meet them. I don't expect it like that.
Yeah.
But in your belly, sometimes like, there's something special with this person. Yeah. And they care about me as much as I care about them. Just really haven't found it like that necessarily in quite some time.
Okay. Is that person at El Patio for you? He's going to walk in one day.
I'm going to have to turn someone. Oh, sorry. And like, that's why I wanted to like, not for dating purposes, but like working in a straight bar. I'm like, that'd be super sick if someday like dude came along working at El Patio and he starts hitting on me. I'm like, how cool would that be?
That'd be great.
It'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
You never know. It's,
Oh, have you ever been the toxic one in a relationship?
Toxic. I don't know if I don't think I'm a very toxic person, honestly.
I don't think you are.
No. Yeah. Maybe.
Any toxic tendencies?
For me?
No.
Toxic. I don't think so. Like maybe just like maybe because I lose interest or like that. So you know what I mean? Like I don't know if that's toxic, but this one guy I was dating for a little bit was funny. This is what I was talking about before. I'm like, I got that one story. I was dating a guy for a little bit, probably just a couple months. He was a sweetheart, and he really liked me. He was super sweet. I don't know. Oh God, this was a while ago. And just eventually I was just kind of exhausted by him. And so I took him out to dinner to break up with him. Which was the stupidest
the old
idea.
movie cliche.
Yeah, man. Well, and I honestly didn't expect him to take it so hard, but he was like trying to hold back and the rest. I was just like, and it was really just a few months. I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling the same about you at this point. And he just like almost lost it in the restaurant. I'm like, oh my God, what did I just do?
Yeah.
He broke down?
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, fuck me. I'm a douchebag.
Check, please.
I felt, in retrospect, I still feel really bad about that. But
okay.
I did that once.
I feel like everybody's got to make that mistake once.
Yeah. Took him out on a date for the breakup. And luckily it was mutual, so it wasn't as messy.
See, that's what I was expecting, honestly. Yeah. I don't know.
He didn't see it coming.
I guess he seemed pretty blindsided.
Okay.
I was like, shit. I'm a monster.
Okay. Yeah. Well, give me a perfect date.
Perfect date? I love cooking for someone. I don't know if that's necessarily the first date kind of thing. Definitely food. I love food. I don't like picky eaters. Okay. So I guess that's a good way to like suss that out. Where can we go for food? I loved in Chicago, like going to the lake, like just walks along the lake or even a picnic. I've done that for a first date on the beach in Chicago. That kind of stuff's really fun. I really like outdoorsy. Get some sun together, especially for a first date. I'd almost rather it in the day where you can like just be outside, enjoy the weather. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, what would you take somebody on a date here? Let's say not Chicago.
Yeah, I'm like, let's go to City Park, get a coffee, walk around the block.
Okay.
But that's like a real lax date. And honestly, that's more because I'm thinking about it like, because I don't go out to the gay bars a ton.
Okay.
And I'll meet a dude on the app, and just like, you can never really get a sense of a person off the apps. Like, really.
Are you on the apps a lot?
No.
Okay.
I'm on them, but
is it Grindr?
I usually just Scruff. Usually
Scruff. What's Scruff?
It's like Grindr's usually like a little more twinky kind of guys, and Scruff is.
Do
more
they call
like
you a bear?
They do.
Okay. Do you like the word bear?
See, okay. No, I think the gay community super over categorizes everything. And that's something that drives me nuts about being gay. I'm like, do I really have to check boxes as a gay man?
Yeah.
I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. I'm like, didn't we just fight against this? Like,
okay.
So that kind of does bother me a ton. I hate being categorized. It makes you feel like you can't be anything than what you just said you were. You know what I mean? Like
it puts you in a box.
And and I'm like,
people think you act that way.
Yeah, and especially from gay men, it's like, well, I thought you were this, and it's like, whoa.
I
thought this was a safe place.
Yeah.
So that's really frustrating, and people just kind of want to have you figured out without having a conversation with you. You know what I mean? They want you to just give like yes or no, top or bottom, like you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. Right. Are you a bear? Or are you a twink? Are you?
If Isaac was gay, would he be a bear or a twink?
He's not a bear.
So that only leaves one.
Twunk? A little more muscular.
Okay.
What about this guy?
He's been working out.
I don't even know what to call you. Otter. You're an otter. Yeah.
What's an otter?
It's a skinnier, hairier guy. Well, you're not scrawny or anything, but like, a little hairier. So there's like, otters are like more fit, hairy guys, but are skinny.
Yeah.
And then bear used to just mean, I think, just a bigger gay dude, and now it's usually got a belly attached to it. Or
that's what
I don't.
I thought it was just like a big guy with a beard or something.
It should be. It should be. That. But I don't want to be categorized as just a beard. I'll lose my beard now and then my beard.
Yeah. Your bear membership.
Yeah, exactly. The card expires. You have to get it renewed. So I don't know.
And so Scruff is more just easy. It's just like
I don't know that it's easier, but I feel like I probably would be found easier on there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just being on there, I'm what people expect on there. So I'm like, okay. And I just don't want to have a fuck ton of apps to look at. So I'm like, this is the one I'll work with for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like if for a date, if you're meeting them on an app, I'd rather do something short, like a coffee, a walk, that kind of stuff for a first date to actually just like, because you never really know until you meet the person what they're actually like. But if I meet them in person at a bar or something, yeah, dinner dates are the shit. Yeah.
Okay. Anything about the gay community that you got like a beef with or anything like that?
That's my biggest beef right there. Is like the
okay.
categorizing and stuff,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah, just because like I said, I came out so early. I'm never trying to be something I'm not.
Yeah.
But I said that shit pisses me off. They'll be like, "Ooh, who are you trying to act so masculine for?" I'm like,
That's
nobody.
Yeah.
Why are you calling me out?
Yeah. Do they feel like you should have like the tonality of your voice or anything like that should be more?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God. I remember this one guy I worked with. He's like, I called him dude once, and he's like, "Dude, I'm not your dude." I'm like, okay. Yeah, there's just silly shit like that. I don't know. It's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any horror dates, horror story dates?
Horror-wise, I don't think anything's gone that bad, honestly.
Okay. Or chaotic.
Like hookups have gone wrong where it's like, while we're fucking around, I'm like, this is not working. And then they get weird, and then I get weird.
Why is it not working?
I don't know. I guess when I first
they make a
moved
pill
here,
for that.
What's that?
They make a pill for that. If
Yeah,
it's not
I know.
working.
Yeah, I think never mind. This one guy I was just getting with, and he was just it was when I first moved here. Like we were just, like I like when sex is like cool, we can flow, nothing's bad. But he was so just rigid. Like, no, I like it like this. Like it didn't seem fun at all. Yeah. It felt like I was being instructed on how to fuck. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. So, and then I lost my boner while we're fooling around. He's like, what's wrong? You're not hard anymore. What's wrong? What's going on? I'm like, dude, you are freaking me out right now. He's like, you can just leave that. And I'm like, dude, you're fucking insane. Yeah. And I said that to him in his house. He's like, don't talk to me like that in my house. And he told me to get out. I was like, fine, I'm out of here, dude. So that was pretty funny.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Having Isaac last week.
Yeah. Totally fucking.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so he's not in the mood to joke today. It's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday at noon. He's got work after this.
He's on the clock right now.
He's on the clock.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of catfishes on the gay apps?
Yes.
Question.
Yeah, most
good question.
Definitely do. That's also super frustrating. Like, and of course they'll like lie to you a bunch to where like you think you're hitting it off with someone, and then you're all amped about it, and you make plans with them, and then boom, or like you're blocked, or like they don't show up to something. When I was really young too, like I said, this was college years. This was before apps, so it was online, like on the computer. I was down at college in Illinois, at Illinois State, and I talked to this guy a bunch, and like he was just in the next town over in Bloomington. I was in Normal, and constantly like this, I felt like such a dipshit. Like most people who get catfish do. Like, oh, he came up with an excuse every time, like, oh man, I'm on my way. I'll be there in 5. I'll be there in 10, like, and then all of a sudden, hey man, something happened with my mom. I had to go. She's sick, blah, blah, blah. But I fell for it like a bunch of times, and I like felt like such a dipshit. Yeah. But when your options are limited, it's like, you kind of allow that shit to happen to yourself. But even still, especially on the apps, there's like so much of that.
How they look when you do end up meeting somebody, or
that's only happened. Like most of the time, they just lead you along and then they're gone.
Okay.
Or they don't show up and then they're gone. But there was one time I actually met up a hookup. It's really young. And he looked absolutely nothing like his picture. I was really young, but I'm like, well, might as well get my dick sucked. It came all this way. It was awfully gross, but fuck. I was probably 22 or something at that time. So I was like, fuck it. But I was like, oh, you're lucky I showed up.
I have to take a gas later.
Oh, it was awful.
Oh, man. How do people reach you, buddy? Like, say they want to reach out to you. Say they see this and say,
who's going to do that?
I don't know. Maybe a clip goes off. And they like your personality and like the look and like.
I mean, I guess I'll get back on Instagram for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, get back. So just Instagram.
Yeah,
okay.
Come on in our patio.
Okay, we'll tag you. I'll tag you. Yeah. Could you say your Instagram name?
Yeah, sure. It's at Hot Dong in the city. It's Dong, D-O-N-G.
That's great.
My buddies I grew up with call me Dong.
Dong. Oh yeah. Oh man, you've been to Don's, right?
No,
Don Salmon. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
you should go.
No, I've been calling it dongs lately. That's very funny. Okay, and then last question we always do: why are you a catch?
I mean, because well,
It's a hard question. You got to brag on yourself.
You know what I do? I like myself a lot. I think I'm a funny guy. I think I'm a very respectful person towards others. I say what I believe. I never lie. I'm an awful liar.
Yeah.
I'm fun to be around. People seem to generally like being around me. I take good care of who I'm with. I'm a great cook. Yeah, I think I'm fun to be around. I already said that, but
Yeah, no. I would second that, man. I always like when we're working together. So
yeah.
It's bad.
I know. Yeah. I think I'm a great guy. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm just trying to find a good match.
Hey, somebody give this guy some butterflies. You know, that's what he's looking for in a relationship.
So
all right.
That's all I want.
Anybody wants to reach out, please do. Don's a great guy. So
thanks, Joe.
yeah, appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, of course, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Man. Okay. That's perfect.